Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashah Allah. All Haloyam La, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Aquakas keeping the faith in the workshop. Keep at it. It's our brother Abaya coming at you with more quoted precepts. Scripture tells us that amongst these nations we will become a byword and a proverb. Right? Scripture tells us that we will lose our heritage. Right? And we can clearly see that. Your average so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Latin American, so-called Native American, so-called Seminole Indian, and really all our brethren around the world have no idea of what our culture is, have no idea of who we really are and what's embedded in our DNA. Right? We don't hold our culture, right? The only thing we hold as culture is, art, music, food, right? And the different attitudes that we have. That's quote unquote culture to us, which is nonsense, right? We have a whole great history about ourselves. You try to tell your people about it, and they look at you like you're crazy, man. Right? Equating your history and what our forefathers did and what we do today, as far as having faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right? That's a part of our culture. That's the main portion of our culture, is having faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now, in times past, meaning like pre-antebellum, like ancient times, that faith was backed up by the actual presence of the Lord, right? Through the the miracles of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by the miracles of Yahweh Shai. So that faith at that time, I'm not gonna say it wasn't strong, but it was different. We have faith in something now that we haven't seen, right? And in our actuality, how Scripture says, nobody has seen the Father, right? But we definitely saw the Son, and we saw what the Son could do in the name of the Father. So in that we saw the Father, right? But nevertheless, that faithful spirit is a part of our culture, right? So when you try to inform an individual about the things that's going on today, and you tap into the spirit of our forefathers, which is that spirit of faith, our people don't understand it, right? They ask questions like, well, I understand what you're saying in the scriptures, and God is not mocked. As a man saw it, that shall out. So I get all that, but what we gonna do? And you try to get a person to see. I'm telling you what we're gonna do. We're gonna have faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're gonna have faith in the God of the Bible. We're gonna have faith in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you try to go into explaining, our faith is a power. It's a superpower. The devil been trying to understand the power of our faith since we've been in his captivity, but our people don't understand that. They took it as, well, this devil is trying to, break into medical boundaries by experimenting on the Lord's people. No. The reason why this devil was doing all that cutting on us in antebellum times, it was because he was trying to find the source of our faith, trying to find the source of our power. Because just look at what all we went through, and we didn't let go of that faith. It got changed, but we still held it fast, right? And the Lord changed it, right? He hid himself, right? But he didn't cut the switch off inside of us, right? That spirit always exists in the Lord's people, right? So this devil really been trying to figure us out, and he can't. All right, which is why he goes through such great lengths to, try to hide the Lord even more from what he's doing himself. All right, but ultimately, what the Lord has intended for us, no man could hinder. Right? No man. So, Salat, 1 second. The Lord's people, man, what they identify as culture is trash. And we see it every day with we see it every day with our disturbances that we go through on our goings to's and fro's from about, right? Whether it be some YN smoking weed and making sure that everybody can smell the smoke, smoking cigarettes in your face. Like I done went into a gas station just to buy a little sports drink, cause I just got done doing rigorous work. This nigga coming into the store smoking squares. How you come into the store smoking cigarettes, man? Right now, like basically saying like, damn, what y'all talking about? I don't care if y'all allergic. I don't care if y'all like this smoke or not. I'm gonna smoke in y'all face, and then now what? And that's a part of the culture, the attitude that come with so-called blacks and Latinos. The attitude of, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all, which is something that was created by the damn devil in the first place. Right? Willie Lynch led in the making of a slave, pit one against another. Right? That's quote unquote black culture, which is nonsense, man. And I say the majority of the Lord's people don't even understand that simple fact. They see the problem, but they can't really see the problem, if that makes sense. They see the irritations that they face amongst our people, but they don't see the cause. They don't see the solution. They keep going all around the world to find a solution. Well, put this person in office and do this, that. What a nigga in office gonna do about one man's mentality amongst another? Not a damn thing. Not nothing, man. That nigga, you can give a nigga $1 million, he's still gonna be a nigga. What's the saying? Going back to the Deuteronomy 28 will become a proverb. But what's the saying? It say you could take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. Right? You will become a byword and a proverb. Proverb is a wise saying. That is wisdom. You can give a nigga $1 million, set that nigga in the nicest part of town. That nicest part of town gonna become trash because that nigga is there with money. That nigga gonna be having all kind of parties and funding and all this, and trash gonna be everywhere. Because that's the mentality, that's the culture of black. All right? That's the culture of black, man. And the Lord tired of it. And how we know the Lord tired of it? Because he's waking up his elect. That's how we know the Lord tired of it, man. Right? The Lord tired of dealing with these 2/3 minded individuals, and so are we. Right? Because the Lord is blessing us with a righteous mindset. Right? That attitude of well, I'm a handle this nigga and he ain't gonna do nothing. Just like, man, I went to the barbershop, man. This is a real talk. I went to the barbershop, get a haircut. I told the barber, I said, I want a certain type of fade. And I said, don't use a razor. And I said, do not skin my hair. I said, cut it down. Don't skin it. You wanna know what that nigga did, man? That nigga instantly put the razor to my head. And when I said, hey, you using a razor? Guess what this man said? Well, yeah, I'm just using it here. I said, bro, I told you. I said, no razor, bro. Right? He's so busy yapping his trap that the instructions that I gave him went clearly out the window, and not one apology. Not, oh man, I'm sorry. It just not now what type, man. Yeah. So like I said, man, I'm tired of niggas, and I know the Lord is too. How we know it? Because the Lord waking up his elect, and the Lord is also fighting on our behalf, making all these things happen on this earth. Told the barber, don't skin it, man. I next thing I hear, yeah. Bro, what the hell is you doing? Niggas, man. Man, niggas, bro. But see, the thing of it is, they don't see the importance of it. They don't know their culture. He didn't know his culture. He didn't know the importance of it. He didn't understand, okay, yo, we're not supposed to do that. Because if he knew that, it wouldn't even been a thing. You know, wouldn't even have to request that. He would have said, well, according to the scripture, we really ain't supposed to, type deal. But by this man not knowing, right, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage, right? You shall go to your enemies in one of all things. That's including on how to behave, and how you should view success, and how you should view prosperity, how you should view morality, right? How you should view manhood, right? The majority of the Lord's people got their idea of all of those things from the same person that oppressed you and stole you and gave you falsehood, right? The same people that took your land and said, aha. And the same people who the Lord coming back to destroy. Right? The Lord gonna do a number on this devil, and he deserves it, double, in fact. All right, Revelation chapter 18, double. And that's exactly what you're gonna get. All right, for not easing up on the Lord's people. Ezekiel 35. That perpetual hatred that you have. You have to get paid back for that, man. There's a recompense for that. You have to receive that. And there is no running away from that. All right, and you 2/3 minded individuals that cannot shake that devil's hold on you, hey, that's for you too. Once again, Revelation chapter 18. That's for you too. All right, so yeah, man. Spirit jumped on me to speak on it. So there it is. Call Elohim La Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai Ba Shem Harakakadah Shalom Yasha Allah Wa Abba Baba.